Okay, start to record just so I can. Oh.
You didn't press record, did you?
No, I did. I just didn't flip the thing.
Yeah. How's battery life doing?
5 hours, 20 minutes.
Right, cool.
5 hours or 20 minutes. Oh. I think the main thing is we have a script. Looks so professional.
It's something resembling a script. And how's the microphone?
It's not one yet. I need to get a new laptop, so.
Well, it's not really a laptop. It's more of a...
And this is good. I will say that. Okay.
Testing.
Yeah, this get this working pretty well. Of course, I'll figure this out when we how we go along.
Testing. All right. Yeah, it's working.
Yeah. All right. So 3, 2, 1. All right. Two guys talking about wrestling on the internet. This is going to be revolutionary. I don't think they do it that much.
Well, not two black guys, at least.
Yeah, that's God damn, that's sad. No, you're right. But we've done this enough times.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do this differently than most.
Should.
So what does that mean? We're not going to tear down each episode. We're not going to talk about greatness and all that stuff. I want to talk about trying to make it seem like what it used to be, which was a sport.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to talk more about the topics of the show that we watch. Mostly you know, I've kind of given up. Not in a bad thing, not in a good way. I have other things going on. So I want to do it, and of course we will probably talk about things like, oh, can you believe this episode had this person? But with the recent retirement of Bryan Danielson and Bryan of American Dragon,
Lloyd Boner.
I thought it was a great speech he had.
Definitely.
I think it was very awesome, heartfelt, sad. Actually, and I'm reaching for a pen.
Did you cry?
No, I felt like something was wrong, so I went and did some push-ups like a man, and then I body slammed a couple of people during the meeting.
He's a man.
The reason it really did get to me was, and I like I said, I was about to, and I was like, you know what? He knows that he has to do it this way.
Yeah.
You know, he's broken up on it. I think it was more sad the fact that, well, there's also the fact that Bree is retiring.
Yeah.
And we'll bring that up in a minute. Is the fact of, oh, I'm retiring. Oh, I also cut my hair to give it to kids with cancer so they can have wigs. I was like, God damn it. You are the best thing about this show. You are. I'm like, I remember I was talking with friend Crystal, and she watches Total Diva Challenge, Extravagant, whatever the hell the show is. And she doesn't watch wrestling that much. She watches it, but not that much. But she said, and this was like 2 years ago, Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella are the best things about this show. And she was watching it, and I watched a little bit of it. And I was like, oh my God, these two, I hate this show, but these two are just the best. And just to know that those two good people are gone, and they kind of going out on a high note, it works out. It makes me kind of feel good. I remember his first big match was against Morishima that I saw live. I saw him fight Morishima, and this was I think it was a match of the year candidate. He jumped out the ring.
Yeah, I remember the match too.
And I was sitting in the balcony section there, because that was a good section. I don't sit down there by the ring, because just in case a 400-pound Japanese man comes and runs at me and falls near me, I don't want to die. And I looked down and I could see, and I was like, hey guys, I think he's hurt. In fact, I was like, I'm sure he's hurt. That doesn't look right. I don't know, he just missed. And then he went back in the ring and wrestled maybe 20 more minutes.
That was the one where he Messed up his eye, right?
He detached his retina. What? That's all I have to say about that one. What? But I was like, this guy's awesome. So, with the whole thing of the Daniel Bryan, one thing that is very big in wrestling is concussions. And injuries, of course. Injuries is part of the sport. Is a part of the sport entertainment, if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
I'll call it, for the preferences of myself, a sport. When you see a top star say, I have to retire effective immediately because I'm having seizures from concussions that I'm hiding, what do you think they have to do? And I'm also going to tie this in with not just the concussions, but when you see this year, as I like to dub it, injury mania coming up, with all the injuries, now it's the flavor of the month is shoulder injuries. What do you think has to be done? Do you think it's the style that they're portraying and of course, in the case of Dan Bryan, that's totally different. He ran himself down by wrestling the way he did, and I wish he didn't wrestle that way. I love Matt wrestling.
Again, it's WWE's fault that I feel.
No, trust me.
No, I mean, I still stand by it. I still think it's WWE's fault because like they bred a culture where breeding. That's not a word. They bred a culture.
They rebelled. Let me stop.
No, I wish I could laugh about this thing because the whole Daniel Bryan thing that really fucked me up because I was asking you if you were crying. I was tearing up when I was trying to yes chant. I was just like, I'm a feeling person, man.
Yeah, I know you are, but I didn't do that because of the fact that I rather him retire the way he did.
Yeah, I mean, I know it had to happen though.
Than to go out like Masala.
Yeah.
Or Bison.
Or Benoit.
Well, definitely, we don't want that.
Yeah, or Eddie.
Well, Eddie was steroids.
Yeah.
So that's, but we don't, I'd rather not have that.
Yeah, I mean, it's glad that he's going to have the rest of his life to look forward to.
And plus, he's doing so much more outside the ring.
Yeah, so I'm happy for him. But
it's
just from someone who first heard him at the back end of 2009, and then 7 years later he had to retire. It's just like
you kind of missed out because Evolve promotion was made for him. Mm-hmm. That which I didn't realize, and I saw Gabe's post about this, and I was like, damn. So it's actually really interesting. But I like the fact that you just say about WWE should take the blame for the way their style is.
Yeah, because to finish that point though, it's just like you have so many different wrestlers in your roster.
Yeah,
you have you have luchadors, you have the high flying types, not necessarily luchadors.
Yeah,
you have the technical wrestlers, you have mat wrestlers, you have amateur background wrestlers, and then you have the brawler types like Stone Cold. You have the strikers and stuff like that. You have so many styles to cater to.
Right.
You all want to focus on the brawler and striker style because it works so well in the Attitude Era.
But to counter that point, because to the point I do agree with you.
Yeah.
I do agree the way that wrestling is now was totally not helpful. And you bring up a good point, because especially when you say the brawler style and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I heard from I was talking to somebody about this, and they said it's the fact that Vince loves the big guy.
Yeah.
And, the big guy like Hulk Hogan.
And Randy Savage, Ultimate Warrior.
Steroids. Well, who's a Brody? That was more alcohol and drugs. But the fact of the big guy, Brock Lesnar came out and said, yeah, I don't know how many concussions I've had.
Yeah.
And I know you like Brock Lesnar like me. We can both agree that Brock Lesnar's a big guy.
Yeah.
Big guys are durable.
Yeah, they are.
And for that fact, you can understand why a Vince McMahon would want the big guy to be leading their promotion. But the big guy doesn't complain. Because of that, you have the smaller guy, like a Daniel Bryan, who is under 6 feet, doing these things. You have Shawn Michaels. Well, Shawn Michaels has other issues. He was also crazy on drugs. But, you know, they're doing these big things. And I definitely agree with like promotions like Lucha Underground, and Ring of Honor, Evolve,
PWG,
even
TNA
to a point. Well, I can't speak on TNA because I haven't watched in a long time. But yeah, even though they have Matt Hardy as the champion right now, as of this recording, they are pushing the smaller guy. New Japan, which we'll have to go in depth with for this year, has Okada, Rainmaker. I think he's like 6'4", but
still,
yeah,
under like usually
when you see like a heavyweight champion,
usually with heavyweights you think of like at least 6 feet above two.
Yeah, you think traps like
Triple H, John Cena, like those types, and then even further along like the Hulk Hogan's, the Randy Savages, the Undertakers, the Batistas.
So I definitely do understand, and I somewhat agree with you. I think the idea, which has been brought in from years and years of promotion work, not from just WWE, from other territories, of using just the big guy, is kind of doing this. And now we have, and I believe Stone Cold came up the phrase, video game wrestling, where everybody seems to be doing all these crazy special moves. Like, what's Mighty Mouse's name? Little guy, big ears.
Mighty Mouse.
You know, Neville.
Oh, he's not a mouse.
He has big ears.
He's an elf though.
They want to call him Mighty Mouse. You know that? You cried about that too.
He's a fucking. No, but here's the thing about Neville though. The thing about Neville is that like, I mean, Neville can do it.
No. Exactly. But I mean, because of that, because of the fact of the big man love affair.
Yeah.
You have guys like Neville and Daniel Bryan doing these other moves.
And Daniel Bryan was never that wrestler.
No,
he never was that wrestler.
But he had to do what he loves and be able to continue doing what he loves.
Yeah.
I wish he didn't do it again. Like I said, I love Matt wrestling. I love watching Larry Zbyszko wrestle, Dean Malenko.
I love Arn Anderson wrestling.
Yeah, exactly. So I wasn't much of a fan. He did it properly.
Yeah, he did.
So I will say that.
I mean, there's still risk involved.
Yeah, there's totally risk.
But like, I kind of want to sidetrack here because like, want to give a shout out to What Culture. I follow those guys.
Oh yeah, I watched them too. Yeah.
Adam Lampied, he's a really cool guy because like, from going to like less than 50,000 subscribers in 1 year in like May, and now he has 500,000.
Yeah, which is weird.
It's crazy. Yes. It's so awesome. Like on his how WWE should book video, WrestleMania 32. Like the way he structured the championships is really cool. It's almost the same as how I would structure them in this day and age.
We should hold that one off.
Why?
Yeah, because I want to talk about WrestleMania a little bit. That I know. Yeah, I know. We have to talk about that, but I want to get the injury thing first. I want to hold you on that.
All right.
Please, we're not, because the injury thing is going to lead to this.
Yeah.
This is the thing that I'm worried about because of the fact of John Cena not being able to wrestle because his injury showed. Daniel Bryan's retired.
Tyson Kidd might as well be retired at this point.
Tyson Kidd, if he was able to come back for one match, that'd be amazing.
Yeah. Cesaro out shoulders.
Cesaro, like that's why I'm saying. What
Seth
do you
Rollins.
think? I don't even know what happened. That man's leg just said, "Nope, I'm done. I'm done. We already won. We won Wrestle of the Year."
He broke up with his racist girlfriend too.
Yeah, I know. It's like, that man's life is falling apart.
He'll find another
racist girlfriend's gone.
He'll find another girl that's on Netflix too. It's all good.
What the?
No, but the whole thing about
his leg was like, I'm done.
The whole thing about injuries, though, I feel like.
What do you think they should do?
Okay, there's so many things that they can do because, like, it's one you have to make sure you're appeasing Vince 24/7. That's always one thing, so you have to keep that in mind. But I guess my biggest thing is push your other fucking talent.
Now, I sent you. First off, I sent you the thing about Brie Bella a few weeks ago, saying that she was going to retire because of the fact that she just saw her husband say that he's retiring, and she had to deal with the fact of hiding the fact he had seizures.
Yeah.
And that almost made me cry. I'm not going to lie. Now, I will say this: it did get me a little emotional because of the fact I deal with jujitsu. That I was like, oh my god, I know I probably got some, not from jujitsu. Maybe no. I've been kicking the head, but it's kind of weird. I didn't give a position though. All right, I got the submission.
Yeah.
But I played football, and I know I banged my head against the rock. When I got tackled, I got the touchdown. I didn't give up. Never give up, just like John Cena. Except for WrestleMania. But
wait, which WrestleMania are you talking about?
This WrestleMania.
That doesn't count. That does not count at all.
Sure to give.
That doesn't count.
Sure to give up.
That doesn't count at all. Nope.
Well, this year I won't be able to see him finally.
No, it's funny now that you mention. No. It's funny that you mentioned that because we kind of take seeing for granted when you think about it.
I tell you, I want to listen. We may have to hold that for the WrestleMania talk in a minute. But let me go back to this. I will say the fact of hearing about the concussions and what he went through was scary as hell.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I've been sick. As you know, I was really sick last year. I had bad doctors give me ridiculous amount of drugs that was wrong, and it was crazy. But just to hear him saying that, I was like, oh, I need to go find this out. So that's why I was wondering. Do you think we might see more people retiring early because of hearing that?
It's
because now, and like you said, like we both agreed, Daniel Bryan's style is crazy.
Yeah,
he's a submission person who loves to just jump around too damn much.
Yeah.
All right. So, and his wife is retiring. She got her money.
She got money.
Yeah.
They both got money.
They
both got money.
Dude,
and they're gonna retire into the farm, so they're gonna make their own money.
They live in Arizona, which is cheap cost of living.
Yeah.
And I think they own a hotel. I don't know.
They got money, man.
You might have to ask our reality show.
Oh, they got money. They're good.
But do you think we might see more people retiring? Not just because of age, but just because of you know what? I'm done. Let me not go out.
It depends. It definitely depends. I feel like Tyson should retire at this point. I think Cesaro might have a good couple years left with him after this whole shoulder injury. Steph might be fine for another long haul. Randy Orton, I think he might be fine. I think if anything, he might have to retire due to his shoulders though. Yeah, they keep giving him hell.
Yeah, I think that's.
I'm talking about all the ones that who are injured right now or who are old too.
Yeah, and I'm not.
It's funny we say about age too because you have Goldust who's in mid to late 40s.
Yeah,
he's still wrestling pretty well.
Exactly.
Kane.
Exactly.
Big Show. R-Truth. He's 44. He doesn't even look a day over 35.
When I found that out, I was like, this is a lie.
Black don't crack.
Yeah,
Black don't crack. But
I'm 74.
But I'm 52.
But with him. It's but with this, but I mean, more of the fact of hearing about this injury.
Yeah.
Do you think they need to change their style in the ring? Because I've talked to you about this. I hate the WWE style. I hate the Showtime type TV style, which is, hey, we worry about concussions.
Yeah.
So our move list will be punch to the head, punch to the head, punch to the head, elbow to the head.
Yeah.
Elbow to the neck. Because, safety. Kick, body slam.
Yeah.
Do you think they should start worrying about changing stuff? Knowing also they have the King of Strong style in their farm system right now.
NXT has it right now.
And he will be safe.
NXT has it right now. I feel like we're doing a good job of NXT.
But,
but in terms of the main roster stuff,
yeah.
My thing about the main roster, hey, Triple H won Booker of the Year for a reason. He's doing all the right stuff. Put that into the main roster. You have to be accepting of different styles and accentuates the positives of what wrestler can bring to the table,
Yeah.
and then push those wrestlers too, and then trust those wrestlers to keep afloat.
So with that, with the whole using of the different trusting and all this
Yeah.
stuff, do you think they should go, hey, you know what? We need to work with our agents, our producers, and they should make sure they work on the match a little bit more of being safe, because we don't want an incident of one of our former stars talking about that they hate black people on a sex tape, which is still weird.
Wait, who did that again?
Hogan.
What? No,
Remember?
I know.
Yeah, they whitewashed Tim Olsen, which is always funny when you use racism and whitewash at the same time.
No, but my thing about that though, seriously, it's like, you have like all these great wrestlers on the main roster, and even of the not so great ones, they have a lot of great stuff to offer too. Because like, I think my biggest example right now is The Miz. Like honestly, like, I don't know why Jericho's feuding with AJ Styles. I want Miz to feud with AJ Styles right now, man. Because like those matches on Raw and SmackDown, they've been really good. Miz has been doing some of the best work of his career with AJ Styles, and it's kind of crazy when you think about it, you know?
Yeah. But, which brings me to another one. When we go back, and this will be the last one for this, because we definitely should start talking about Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, but the off season.
Off season doesn't need to happen, I feel. Because the reason why I think it doesn't need to happen is I feel like they need to book accordingly to capitalize on your stars. So like the way how I would book for the rest of the year, fuck Roman. Dean Ambrose will be champion right now. Dean will be champion for a good 200-ish days, 7 months.
But do you think that won't happen because Dean is small?
I mean,
it goes back to this now.
It's so freaking great. Like, again, it's like Vincent Kennedy McMahon. You know?
I will say this, and I think there's a lot of people who would disagree with what I'm about to say.
What?
I think when he was the champion, it made more sense when you had a big guy like Brock Lesnar as champion, doing what he did, which is, hey, I'm the champion. When you need me to wrestle and defend my belt, I'll show up. Bye-bye. And it made so much more sense.
It made so much more sense, but I also feel like they have to be smarter, because like Brock Lesnar is just his contract. He's only like part-time.
But he worked.
Yeah.
Because it worked on so many levels. One, because he changed his whole style to, hey, I'm going to throw you.
It just works. It just
which is one, and it was entertaining. When you saw him show up,
it was special every time.
It was special, which meant hey, we got to look at somebody else. And it also brings up.
Let's keep in mind too, Paul Heyman.
No, that's what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
It uses Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
You don't have to hear from the champion, because the champion doesn't have to speak to you. You have his advocate. You have an advocate like Paul Heyman. I mean, and let's say if he was healthy and probably a little bit younger, Bobby Heenan would be able to do this. He could work, which would mean he could work with the talent. If Jim Cornette was, like, I guess kind of still sane, and like WWE, you could have him, and he could be there in the back.
But
you working with the talent. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you know what else we're not doing too? There's the of people we have right now. Corey Graves.
Exactly.
Corey Graves, Renee Young.
But this is, with that's more of how they have everything else structured in this whole place, which is ridiculous.
Even Byron Saxton too.
Which is bass-ackwards.
Yeah. Byron Saxton.
I'm going to have to watch a couple more stuff with Byron Saxton before we do one on Byron Saxton. I think he can do it.
Yeah.
And like I just told you off air, I just think that he's learning on a job, and the job is like, hey, do you know how to juggle with chainsaws? No, you don't? Well, don't worry. We'll start with these spiked baseball bats. It's like, huh? It's like, don't worry, we get the lighter fluid. Yeah. Like, wait, what?
But it's funny how much you're using Byron, because he's on NXT, he's on Raw, and he's on SmackDown. So it's like... the injuries thing, I will say, is kind of definitely something they need to worry about. It definitely needs to change his style.
And
It's messing up their booking, which is already shit right now because on the road to WrestleMania. Yes, Royal Rumble was decent. I mean, I honestly I would have had Dean win just because like they would like the freaking crowd lit the hell up.
But
Double champion Dean Ambrose won against freaking Kevin Owens and then beat Triple H in the Royal Rumble. Are you kidding me? That would have been so crazy.
I will have to tell you why that's wrong. But
you tell me what I know.
But I will say this. I will say
wrong.
this. I will say this. The injuries thing is definitely something that is very bad for them. And oh, my hand just cramped up. And
He's punching his hand. He's punching his hand.
like a man. But you have to figure this out. Not just for WrestleMania, but for the rest of the year.
Definitely.
And it will affect your booking, like you just said.
Yeah.
So.
And the booking look is already shot up because
That'll be another time. We will definitely go. That will be our special project.
Yeah.
That'll be the Doki Doki Wrestle show that I've been trying to get going
We
with.
should do that right before WrestleMania. Actually,
We might have to. You might have. You know what? I might be doing that on the projector in my house. We'll talk about that all later.
Cool.
But here's what we have to get on: the road
To WrestleMania.
to Injury Mania.
Okay.
But first, to get to the road, we have to go. We have to start. We have to get in our cars and our little jalopies.
Vroom, vroom.
And
Oh,
go.
hold on, time out. That was bad. Vroom, vroom. There we go. Much better.
That's a motorcycle jalopy. It's more of a car. But anyway, I just know how to choke you. And we have to start at the Royal Rumble, at WWE Royal Rumble, because there's no WWE's.
Yeah.
It's WWE Royal Rumble,
Yeah,
WWE Fastlane,
I was trying to.
WWE Fastlane.
Yeah, I was telling you, man. Like, start the Royal Rumble.
The
Because, like,
grammar.
Dean Ambrose, like...
Can we just talk about WWE Fastlane?
I mean, you want to
I
start
don't
the Royal
know.
Rumble.
I don't know. I just don't like the way I don't like the way they pronounce it. WWE Fastlane.
WWE Fastlane.
That doesn't sound right. WWE's
Of all the
Fastlane.
shit to complain about, we're talking about
Well, if you
Europe.
continually say it, WWE Fastlane.
But they've done it since WWF. Over the limit, over edge, like, no mercy in your house.
We will definitely be going into crappy pay-per-views that need to just go and die.
Like, just the names itself. But, like, back to the Royal Rumble, okay.
Yeah, we'll go. Here's the question. Here's the question for you. You watched the Royal Rumble.
Yes, of course.
That's when I gave up. I gave up on WWE Network this
Yeah,
year.
I'm a masochist.
I'm going to go back, don't worry, but
Because you know you're watching Mania.
We'll explain why on this road to WrestleMania. Do you think they helped or hurt Roman Reigns?
They hurt him.
I only know about the Royal
They're
Rumble
hurt-
from what people say
they're
and
hurting
also
Roman.
from what they talk
Yeah.
about. The man started out with number one. He got knocked out, disappeared.
Took a break for 10 minutes.
I heard it was 20.
10, 20 minutes.
Came back out.
Uh-huh. Triple H comes in, number 30.
Yeah.
Last three, Roman, Dean, Triple H. I think Triple H Roman eliminated Sheamus, and then Triple H got the jump on.
So
Roman.
how...
They're hurting Roman. Like,
I know how they hurt Roman.
Mhm.
I know, because this goes to what we said previously about wrestling. I have no issue with Roman Reigns, just like I have no problems with
me neither.
But the way they're doing this, if
It's-
you want a big guy,
Mhm.
if you want a big guy to be your leader,
Yeah.
you have to let him do stuff. You have to let him have his Royal Rumble moments. Those are important. This is how you build a name.
Yeah.
And for him to disappear, he does take breaks. He is known to take breaks, getting knocked out of the ring and just disappearing, just laying down for about 10 minutes. That's not good. Now, I'm saying this more as a sport. You want me to believe this big monster is going to be intimidating to me, an old, beaten up, frail man.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, how frail and old I am.
Yeah.
But
He's
taking breaks.
I'm talking about it's just unbelievable for him to get knocked the hell out by some freaking fool. I'm sorry. I've been watching too much Donald Trump lately. I'm not a racist. But the League of Nations laid him out. He's out for 10 to 20 minutes, and he comes back and wreaks havoc.
But they,
It's
but
unbelievable.
they took him from what I heard, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. They took him out.